So they're gonna be loud. Go back. Go back. Go sit down. Thank you. You gonna eat at your regular time. What is this on my computer? And why does it keep popping up? God damn. Let me let me look on here because the last time y'all was here. Oh, let me turn this TV down so because it's enough going on with the armchair quarterbacks in the background. Um okay. I had to turn on my phone because the last time I don't know what happened, but the comments were not. Oh, maybe if I fix my banner. Okay, we having technical difficulties. I'm here, y'all. Hold on a minute. I don't know what is going on with StreamYard lately, but mine has been acting weird. Hey, Demona. Yeah, see, I can't see the comments on here anymore. Okay, I guess it's delayed. So we're gonna get started since I at least know it's one person in here and I can see you. And I'm not gonna be on here long because um whatever's going on with my throat is still not completely healed. And I noticed that if I talk a lot or try to project my voice, it makes my throat hurt more. Because I went to my granddaughter's basketball game Saturday and I couldn't even like yell or nothing because when I tried to raise my voice, it would hurt. So I was like, all right, we're gonna keep it kind of quiet. She know I'm here. She see me. But you know, when your grandbaby out there doing it and is it layups and all that stuff, you know you want to be screaming because I have a very distinctive scream voice. Like I have a really high pitched voice. So if I'm your grandma, you gonna know that I'm in the stands because I be out here screaming for my grandkids. But I couldn't do that because my throat was sore. So this yeah. Killa is out here doing his press tour. Yesterday he released a audio of what sounds like him and B Love in an extracurricular activity, to put it nicely. I don't know if it is or not. The voice does sound like her because she has a very distinctive voice. She has a very distinct voice. Like it does sound like her. But who knows? But anyway, so Mr. Killer has been going around to, anybody that will allow him on their panel to basically tell his side of the story or to tell his story. Now, me, this is me, Lashana. I would never allow him on my panel to degrade another woman. Even if this is true, even if this situation is true, and Be Love and Killer were in a relationship in the past, it should have stayed in the past. There's no reason for this man to come out now other than to hurt her. And from his conversations with other um content creators, it seems like he's still hurt. He is in a hurt place. He is a hurt man. And I think sometimes because men, portray this, I'm strong, I'm big, I'm macho, I can't be hurt. But men can be hurt. Men's egos are more fragile than women's. Our egos are not fragile. We don't have fragile egos. We're just emotional creatures. But men have fragile egos because they're not as emotional as we are. So their egos are more fragile than ours. And once you hurt a man, like you really hurt him, like you stop talking to him and marry somebody else and live your life and become rich and successful, and that man is looking at what could have or what should have happened, he will do anything. He will do anything to hurt you. And it's sad because it really seems like that's what he's trying to do. And he's so, I don't want to say the word is not illiterate, but he's so not able to really communicate his true feelings or just really doesn't want to communicate his true feelings. So he's just digging a hole deeper and deeper for himself. Now, there are people out there that want to see Be Love hurt, which is sad in itself. And the crazy thing is it's us. It's black people that want to see this woman hurt, that want to see her marriage crumble. Like I'm reading some of the comments in the cuz I'm last night, honey, I was in what was her name? Here for the Tea, I think is her name. Here for the Tea. Her live was 3 hours, child. I had to break that up because we went to the grocery store. I was watching it. Killer was, talking and stuff, and I'm listening for a while. Then my husband was like, "Come on, let's run to the store." And I run to the store. The store is not that far from where we live. I run to the store and come back. They still on live. Okay. But then my husband wanted to watch this show. I think it's called, I was going to say This Is Us, but I don't know. I don't know what the name of it is. It's this video game. That's a show that's on HBO that we've been watching. So we started watching that. And when I got finished watching that, they were finally off live. So I went back and caught like the replay. And honey, this man was just digging himself because some women was, calling him to the carpet. Some of them were legit calling him to the carpet. Good to see you too, Phoenix. Sometimes, even if you don't become rich and famous, men will do that oh, yeah. But this is a situation where we know that Be Love, I don't want to say rich and famous because Be Love is YouTube famous. You know what I mean? Not like, it's not like and I'm not taking anything away from her. But there are still a lot of people in the world who don't know who Be Love is. It's not like Be Love is Kim Kardashian famous. But on YouTube, in this sector of YouTube, a lot of us know her. because we all watch each other. Most of the people in this sector watch the people in the mukbang community. But if you go outside of the mukbang community, like if you go into like the gaming community, probably none of those people know who B Love is. You know what I mean? Because people kind of watch the people in their sector. If you go to the people who are into sports and stuff, or the hotep people, they probably don't watch any of the mukbangers. So B Love is, and I understand that B Love has, what was she on, the Steve Harvey show? I know she was on somebody's talk show. I think it was Steve Harvey. So I'm not taking anything away from her, but I'm saying that she is bigger in this sector of YouTube than in the, whole wide world. Because this is really a small sector of YouTube, to be honest. So this man has now come out with this tape, and he's going around to anybody's YouTube channel that will allow him to sit and talk about it. And you know what is interesting is last night someone brought up the soul ties. Someone was like, it sounds like you have a soul tie. And one of the other guys on the panel, who is Boy Stop Capping, was like, oh, soul ties is witchcraft. But if you are constantly reliving something that happened to you years ago, he said the last time that they've talked to each other was in 2017. We are in 2023 now. So if you are invested in something that happened to you years ago, you are holding on to audio and video of sexual encounters that you had with a person years ago, you are still tied to that person. Now, that person may have cut ties to you, but you're still tied to them emotionally. You have an emotional tie to this person. I've been married in December, it'll be 10 years. I don't think about anybody that I used to be in a relationship with. Nobody. The only person that I have ever thought about in my past is my ex-husband, and that's because I have children with him. And when I see my oldest son, I basically see him, because my oldest son is now the age that my husband was when I first met him. And he's so much like him. His mannerisms, they're the same. They have the same body build. They have the same like goofy laugh and everything. So I see him in them. Now he has passed on. But if he was still alive, like I'm pretty sure, for his birthday or, whatever, we would still talk. We have kids. We had, grandkids together. So I'm pretty sure we would have still had a decent relationship. But boyfriends, people that we broke up, we moved on. Half of these people, I have not looked up nobody that I dated on Facebook. I don't care about them dudes. I don't care where they live in. I don't care. I really don't. I have not even thought about them. I have not thought about being intimate with them. I have not thought about intimate encounters with them. And I was like, damn, I hope ain't nobody taped me. I'm pretty sure they didn't, because I've never talked to anybody that had that type of mentality. Like I've never been interested in the whole bad boy, the ghetto boy, that type of that was never my life. And I'm just really surprised at this whole killer situation because killer seems like the polar opposite of Nate. And sometimes that's what the good girls are attracted to. Now, it ain't never been me. And I grew up in the projects, okay? Like the projects. And I had made it my mission to never talk to any of the boys that lived in the projects because I didn't want projects to be my life. I just could not see myself living in the projects for the rest of my life. Now, my mother, made our apartment. It was, homey. It was nice. The area that we lived in, I knew mostly everybody because we all basically went to the same school. Mostly all of the kids in the little cul-de-sac thing that we lived in, all of us basically went to the same school. We either all went to the same high school or all of the younger kids all went to the same middle school. So we all kind of knew each other. But I still didn't want to date you. I still wanted, like at that time, my mind was set on going to college, getting out of the hood, basically, was my whole mentality. So I don't know, with B Love being the B Love that she is now, I just can't see her with Killer. But I guess it happened. I guess it happened. But it just couldn't be me. Hey, Cheryl, they don't look similar to me. Not to me. Physically, maybe, because they're both lighter skinned. Nate don't look that tall though. I could be wrong. Because I have, I got bad eyes. I have a problem judging distance, height, all that kind of stuff. But Nate don't really look that tall to me. He look taller than B Love, but he don't look tall as Killer looks tall. Because I've seen him in some pictures standing and he does look tall. But it's just so much going on. Maybe when Killer was young, maybe he was more, he just looks like life has got him, got a hold of him and kind of drug him around. But he said he's been to jail, and that's when B Love married Nate. When he was in jail, when Killer was in jail, B Love married Nate. And that's kind of how he lost. He went to jail and Nate was able to get her. And Nate probably said, okay, while this dude locked up, let me lock her down. And he did. And she got married. She probably was like, well, that ain't gonna work. He in jail, so let me go on and get married. Because that was like part of my thing too. Like my husband, okay, so we were 18. He went to the army. My husband that I'm married to now, he went to the army and I thought he wasn't coming back. And, like we were talking, but we weren't really talking like I thought we should have been talking. So I started talking to other people. Then I met somebody who was in the Navy. Eric, who is my husband now, was in the Army. I met somebody in the Navy. I ended up marrying him. My husband ended up marrying somebody in Germany. And that's how we broke up. And now, some 20 years later, we're back together. So I guess B Love was like, okay, well, he gone to jail and I need some stability in my life. And she married Nate. So this story, this situation is like all over the place. But I think it all boils down to hurt, pain, bruised ego, and soul ties. This is a classic soul tie because this man is living in the past. This man literally has an audio tape of him and B Love's, allegedly, him and her, that I think he listens to on a regular basis. So he is basically living in the past. And when you get a man like this who is tied to another woman, he will never be good for you because you will no woman will ever live up to B Love. And the fact that B Love is a millionaire, she's doing great. Oh, let me go back. Let me go back. I skipped a piece. So, Killer has a clothing line. F them kids. F them kids. And you know what F is. So, I guess he wanted B Love to wear one of his t-shirts on one of her eating shows and she declined. Then he wanted her to give him some money for, like a venture startup for him. And I'm pretty sure she declined that too. And this is where some of his issue is. So Killer is a control freak. He is a control freak who is stuck in the past. Like literally stuck in the past. And is tied to her mentally and physically. Okay, literally, he has literally tied himself to her. So no woman, no woman will ever live up to B Love standards. No woman. No woman will ever do him any justice because he's always gonna be looking at B Love. Always. He's tied to her. Now she done moved on. I'm pretty sure she has. She probably loves her. I'm hoping she loves her husband, child. She loves her husband. But Killer loves her. Because if he didn't, he wouldn't be doing all of this. He came out on YouTube talking about doing this from the gate. Talking about releasing these tapes from the gate. This was how his whole YouTube channel took off. Is him saying that he had been in a relationship with her and he had tapes. And people wanted to see it. Because at first people didn't believe him. Because I didn't. I was like, no, she did. I know, no, she did. I know she didn't. But this man has this one of them men that will keep your underwear in like a Ziploc bag forever. And just every now and then he just get it. These are type of men that y'all. I hope y'all taking notes. These are the type of men that you need to be scared of. These are the type of men that you need to, do make. See, this is why I'm telling you, ladies that are out here dating. It is so imperative for you to keep yourself spiritually clean. And I'm not talking about, taking a douche. I'm not talking about, making sure that your insides are, I'm talking about making sure that that aura is clean. You are taking a spiritual bath every time you mess with Jody. Because you never know, you could tie yourself up with a Jody like this, who is stuck to you mentally, who is following your every move, who, because he can't help have you, he will hurt you. He will hurt you. And it's not always, some men don't want to hurt you physically because they're hoping one day you will come to your senses and go back to them. So they don't want to hurt you physically. They want to hurt you emotionally. They want to tear you down emotionally in hopes that you will see the light and come back to them and they can help you. It's this weird cycle. And Killa is he on it. He is, like, you can hear from the way he's talking, like people was asking him questions, and he was like, well, if she had just did this, I would do this. Or if she hadn't left me, sir, she left you. You a grown man. Get over it. Move on. I done left all kind of men. All kind. And none of them are coming on my YouTube channel. Oh, let me drop a dime on Lashana. I got some information about her. No. And I think even if I got rich, none of them would do that. They may jump in the chat and be like, okay, girl, I see you. But I don't think any of them would be like, oh, I'm going to drop a dime on her. This is what she used to do. This is what she sound like. Oh, she a freak. She used to do this and she used to do that to me. That's why y'all got to be careful who you mess with. For real. Just messing with anybody, you just can't do it. You can't mess with anybody. Okay, Cheryl, I'm gonna check you out. You can't just mess with anybody. This man is stuck in between the time they met. This where he's stuck at. Now we in 2023. This man is stuck in between the time that they met, and he said between 2017 and 2019. This where he at. This is where he lives. He lives in the time that they met and between 2017 and 2019-ish. We're in 2023. And he is stuck in the past. I mean, listening to the audio and he just a dancing and just dancing and grinding. That's why I know he be listening to that audio, probably beating it at night and stuff. He probably be looking at her videos, wishing it was him. Because he basically said, she shouldn't have left me like that. I was in jail. She didn't have to just walk away from me like that. Sir, what did you think? That this woman was going to be playing with you for the rest of her life? Some women don't be out here playing with men. Some women want stability. They don't want to play. You're not going to be taking me in and out of seedy motels. And he was like, oh, she could have put on a hoodie and some sunglasses. And, we could have been going to. What? What? So, like, you look at me like I'm classless? Classless. I'm supposed to put on some dark shades and a hoodie and walk into some bed bug infested hotel with you? No. When I'm going to the Four Seasons with my husband, we staying at hotels that are highly rated, that have room service and everything, and I'm supposed to go to some bed bug infested hotel with you with a hoodie and some shades so don't nobody see me? No, sweetheart, that's not what we're doing. Mm-mm. No, I like to get cute. Beloved put on one of her good wigs. She at the Four Seasons. She got her big old crab chain on. You ain't gonna be wearing into no hotel. You walking into a motel with that big old crab chain. Somebody be done clunked you upside your head. Beloved only what 4'11". It don't take much to clunk her upside her head and snatch her chain. You in some seedy part of. So he just don't think that she is classy or any, like, he just doesn't see her as he just see her as a piece. Because he was like his D was so good. Sir, at a certain age, women don't care about D. That's not the most important thing in the world. Like, I would rather somebody love. I don't. Okay, so I'm a little bit older than y'all. I'm in my 50s. I don't care about your D. You got to have something other than that. I want you to open the door for me. I want you, when I'm not feeling well, to say, hey, is it anything I can do? Do you want me to go get your favorite juice? Me and my husband, we come home. Starbucks is the same exit that we take normally to go home. The Starbucks is not too far from our house. My husband, when we come around that bend, you want some Starbucks? That's love to me. Do you hear me? That's love. Somebody that knows the teeny tiny things about you. My husband know I love Kit Kats. And when I go in the store, I always get the big one. So anytime he buys me Kit Kats, he always get the big one. Now he gonna talk bad about me. He gonna be like, I bought you king size. He gonna talk about me. But he's gonna do it. Just these little random things that don't have nothing to do with what's in his pants. You want to go to Michael's? We going to Concord. You want to go to Hobby Lobby? That's an orgasm for a crafter. For your husband to be like, you want to go to Hobby Lobby? That's better than D. Okay, it ain't better, but it's close. Just those little things. Because the D wear out if you just some bum dude. You I can't you're not even gonna take me to we can't even go to dinner. Dinner? I ain't gonna spend no money on no food. So the only thing we have is sex. And he just seems like a controlling, manipulating, sad, bitter man whose whole life is wrapped up in be love. I know he is watching her every move. And it's sad and it's scary. And you know what's sad to me is the women, the majority of people on his YouTube channel are women. And a lot of them are laughing. They're laughing. This is funny to them. But this is a hurt, angry man. Okay? The epitome of a soul tie. A hurt, angry man. We are watching this whole thing unfold. And I'm hoping that B Love does not play him dust, girl. Don't don't address it. I wouldn't come out and say yay or nay. I wouldn't, and my husband wouldn't either. I wouldn't. I would not give him 2 cents. So he would just be out here just swinging, and I wouldn't say a word because that's what he wants. He wants her attention so bad, but she won't give it to him. And he is doing everything in his power. If he had her phone number, he would probably be calling her, playing on her phone and stuff because he's childish. He wants her attention. Like, be loved, please. It's enough people on YouTube that's giving him more attention than what he needs. Where is it? Where is the video? The video is on his channel. The video is on his channel, but you gotta kind of weed through it to find it. But it's on his channel. But last night he was on Here for the Tea. If you want to listen to more, because there were women on her panel. He was on her panel last night, Here for the Tea. It's a 3-hour panel. He was on her panel. People were coming on. They were asking him questions. And, you could tell for a while, he was okay. But at one point, you could tell he started to get upset. Because, people were basically telling him, you wrong. You out of pocket. This is wrong. What you're doing is wrong. And I don't think Killa is crazy. I think he know what he's doing is wrong. But I think he's doing whatever he can to get B Love's attention. But I just don't think this is going to work. Tammy said, this is a question not related to the live, but YouTube sent me an email saying my membership has been paused. I don't know. I'll check it. I'll check and see, but I'll check because I haven't checked my emails today. So let me check and see. Okay? Because I'm not sure. Because I haven't done anything. I haven't stopped any memberships. Even though I haven't really been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But we're going to get back into it. Y'all know I haven't really been feeling well. Whatever this is, I kind of think it's my tonsils. But I don't know. Because I haven't went to the... After I went to the ER, when this stuff first started, It was so many people in the ER. It was, and everybody basically had the same symptoms. I was like freaked out. I was like, I'm not going back to the doctor. It was just too many people there. I mean, adults, children. Usually kids go to the children's hospital, but it was kids. It was just, it was too much. I just got overwhelmed. So I'm like, I ain't going back to the doctor. I got to be like on my deathbed to go to the doctor now. So I don't know. But Joy said, sounds like he's upset by what he did that separated them. Jail separated them. Sounds like he said he went to jail. They were getting it in, and he went to jail. And when he got back, she had married Nate. So it just seemed like one of those situations. Oh, you going to jail? I'm not. I ain't gonna do no jailbird, and I don't blame her. I don't do jailbirds either. I didn't do my own kids when they went to jail. I don't visit jailhouses. I had told my kids from the gate when they were teenagers, you go to jail, I ain't going. So you better get you a good girlfriend. That's and I'm not gonna put no money on my book on your books. I'm not doing none of that because I didn't raise you to be no jailbird. You don't. You have no reason to be a jailbird. And the things that my kids did to go to jail, you on your own. And I meant that. Now, the only reason why I went to jail one time for my son was to get the keys to his car because he had got arrested and they took his car. They took he had the keys in his pocket when they arrested him. They didn't impound the car. They left the car because it wasn't too far from our house. They left the car. I went up to the jail with his daddy to get them keys so I could go around the corner and get his car. I didn't even see him because I had told him, I'm never going to look at you behind that glass partition. I'm not going to do it. And I meant that. So I'm definitely not going to be with no dude that's in jail. Now, if something was to happen to my husband, if my husband wants to go to jail, if something happens for my husband to go to jail, it would have to be something very serious. Like somebody would have had to do something to one of the people in our immediate family. Because my husband is not that, you know, type of person. He is ex-military, ex-Oakland police. So he ain't going to jail. It would have to be something serious. Then, of course, that's different. But somebody I'm dating? No. Mm-mm. But I never dated nobody that went to jail. So that wouldn't have been me. And I don't blame B Love. And he said that B Love and Nate were already talking while him and her were doing stuff. And the last part, so I guess Killa in between some of this time, Killa was married. He had a wife. And him and B Love allegedly were sneaking off to places doing things. And B Love was married and Killa was married. This a crazy story. Okay, Gizmo, you about to knock this pillow down. This a crazy story. And you just got to, oh, and this morning, when I got up this morning, he was on triple, is it triple headed goddess? He was on her channel doing you know, answering questions and stuff. So I'm pretty sure anybody that will give him a platform to speak. Um, oh, I was looking at my battery because I don't have my phone plugged up. You can't go out there. You can't go out there. Come here. Go in there. Anybody that will give him, you don't have to stay in there. I just don't want you to think you're going out there. Anybody that will give him a platform to speak, it looks like he's going to go on there. You can come out. Come on. Anybody that will give him a platform to speak, I'm pretty sure he's going to do that. What time is it, buddy? Oh, it's time for you to eat. Okay, I'm gonna feed you as soon as I get off. Okay. You want to come say hi? Come here. Come down. Come here. Forget it. I swear, Gizmo be looking at me like, huh? Just stay there, buddy. I ain't gonna worry with you. So I don't know, y'all. This looks interesting, and I'm pretty sure that this is not the last interview that he's gonna do, because it looks like, oh, and someone asked him last night, like, how is all of this gonna end? You must like the attention. And he was like, I do. He's enjoying it. He's enjoying the attention that he's receiving. So he ain't gonna stop. Teresa said she's probably glad it's out now. Can you imagine someone holding something like that over your head? Now I wonder how she's gonna deal with it. I hope she don't deal with it. I hope her and her husband have had this conversation years ago. They have both forgiven each other and moved on. It's nothing for her to address. Be Love is winning. Killa is some sad, bitter old man sitting in front of a camera in a junky bedroom by himself. Be Love is winning. There's no reason for her to address it. Unless he does something crazy. Now, I would probably have my lawyer. I'm pretty sure she has a business attorney. I would have my lawyer probably start with a cease and desist. And I don't know what state he's in, but from California law, I'm in California. California has that the revenge porn, it is pictures, audio, and video. So if she want to spend some money, she could get him. Now I don't know what the laws are in their state, because these laws are different state to state. But I'm pretty sure they're not too far off, because this revenge porn thing is real. It's real. Sheila, I hope she pay him dust too. I hope she don't even look his way. Because see, that's what he wants. He wants so bad for her to address it. What he wants is for her to leave Nate and come back to him. He really think that she gonna leave her husband and come back to him. That's what he want. That's how twisted his mind is. That's that witchcraft. Somebody y'all be crazy in these comments too. Somebody said, did this happen before or after she built her prayer closet? And maybe she built her prayer closet because she knew this was coming. She probably knew this was coming. She knew this was coming. And she said, you know what? I got to get ready. I got to get ready. You know, some people, she went in that prayer closet, honey, and she put on the whole armor. She said, let him come out. Somebody said in the comments yesterday that he emptied the clip and didn't hit nobody. Because the person he trying to hit is armored up. She don't care. She don't care. And that's the part that is killing him. That's what's killing him. Is he doing all of this and she don't care. She doing all of this in her Bentley. She doing all this and her husband ride around in a Tesla. She don't care. Okay? She don't care. I hope she never address him. The girl, don't even speak his name. Don't even speak his name. But I would. I would get an attorney though. I would at least counsel with the attorney to see, what we could do. So Teresa said, so if she does seek legal counsel, she's going to have to admit it's her on the audio. Do you think she wants to do that? So what if she admits that it's her on the audio? How's he going to prove what the time frame was? She could say that was a time when her and Nate weren't together. That could have been a time when she was single. Like her and Nate ain't been married her whole life. So she could say that that was a time when her and Nate weren't married. And she could say he recorded her without her permission. It was done without my permission. How is he going to prove what the time frame was? Because all of the music that was playing in the background was like old school music. Like music from the 90s. Or maybe early 2000s. You have to listen to it. It was old school music that he said they was getting busy to. So if it was early 2000s, it makes sense. I don't know how long I don't know how long her and Nate been married. Like I don't dig into nobody's business like that. And to be perfectly honest, I just started watching Be Love recently. So I don't really know a whole lot about their backstory. And don't really care because I'm too busy trying to make my own marriage work. I mean, not that my marriage is struggling, but my marriage is more important than anybody else's. Like, I really don't care how long they've been. For the purposes of this video, I'm like, okay, so how long they've been married? But in real life, I don't care. So she could say that it happened, while she was single. I think it was wrong because you just don't know people's emotional state or mental state just mean to disrupt someone's peace. And that's why you cannot allow this kind of stuff to disrupt your peace. I'm really hoping that Beloved does not watch other people's videos. I hope she takes the same stance that I do. When people make videos about me, I don't watch them. Or if I do watch them, it's months and months later, after the dust has settled. If you talk about me, I'm not going to know it unless somebody tell me. And I've always said that a person that carry a bone on my channel will be blocked. If you come over here telling me what so and so said about me, I'll block you. Because I don't give a damn. If I wanted to know what so and so was saying about me, I would go to so and so's channel. I don't watch videos made by me. Now, after the holidays, I had a little bit of Crown Royal under my belt, and I finally went on Connection Rejections channel and watched that video that she made about me, where she was calling me all kind of gap tooth bitchs, and the Crown Royal made it funny. You know what I mean? Like, and this was last year. Okay? This situation had happened last year. This wasn't fresh. Child, I had that Crown Royal under my belt and I was listening to that video and I was howling. Do you hear me? Because I just could not believe that I, sitting in my house in California, offended someone who lives in Texas that much. I just could not believe she was that mad. I couldn't believe she was that mad at me, child. And I don't take none of this shit serious. I don't. If I get on your neck, I done just got on you. Get back on me. But I ain't gonna watch it. But you can get back on me because then I might go and watch it later. And then bring the shit back up and be like, oh, so you really don't like me? Girl, you really don't like me? Because I like everybody. Just because I talk about you don't mean I don't like you. Like, I was really glad to see Cheryl. Because, I had said some things about Cheryl. And I was glad to see her back in the chat. Just because I talk about you don't mean that I dislike you. You just content. But I'm not going to be out here calling you a bunch of gap tooth bitchs and bald headed and you scallywag. And I'm not going to do all that. Hi, a trucker's wife. I'm not going to do all that. That's not, like, you really got to piss me off too for me to come online and, call you out your name. You got to really, I don't know. And I think even then, I'm not going to do it because, I hold myself to a certain standard. Like, I'm somebody's wife. You know, my husband is a manager. And I don't want somebody from my husband's job to be like, dang, that's your wife. I seen her online cussing everybody out. No, I don't want that. You got to go to the bathroom? You got to go pee? Hold on, y'all. This dog act like he got to go pee. You got to go this way. Come right back. Hold on, y'all. Thank you. Okay, he had to go to the bathroom. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. And plus, my grandkids follow me on um social media, and I only want them to see me in a certain light. Now, it's certain things that, like my grandkids know that I read cards and, I'm a spiritual person. My grandkids have been introduced to Ifa at a very young age. So they have an understanding of what, your ancestor, all who your ancestors, they understand that. So if they was to see something on social media, they know what it is. They're not gonna be spooked and my granny out here. They not like that. They not like some of y'all. Oh, that's witchcraft. Oh, the Lord don't do so. They not doing that. And some of y'all get on my nerves with that, but that's for another video, though. I'm gonna talk about that because y'all be getting on my nerves with that shit. For real. But anyway, let me reel myself back in. I'm really hoping that Be Love does not address any of this. I really do. I hope that she just ignores him because if he keeps talking, eventually people are going to get tired. The story will get old if Be Love does not add any fuel to it. The fire will die down. Because, like the person said in the chat last night, you didn't empty the clip. You didn't put the video. You didn't put the audio out. You cannot put the video out. If there's a video, you can. YouTube will not let you do that. So this is as far as you can go. You can't go any farther. You can't post any pictures of her on YouTube. Any salacious type pictures. So what else does he have? He played his cards. It's nothing else. He's now, if he tells the story, okay, we already heard that. We already heard your story. There's nothing else for him to say. Nothing. Trucker's wife said, "Hi, Gizmo." He got an attitude because he want to leave. He want to go out there with my husband, but they out there talking about football and don't want Gizmo. They don't want Gizmo. They all out there being armchair quarterbacks. Gizmo is my little baby. Come here, Pootie. Come here. They want to see you. Gizmo, come here. This dog don't listen to me. I said come here. He went farther away from me. He ain't coming. He never listens. Never. Come here. Come here, Pootie. That's not close enough. I can't grab you from there. Gizmo. Attitude. So that's it, y'all. I don't want to talk too long. Let me see if y'all can see him. Yeah, you means. See, he hear him out there talking, and he's so nosy. He wants to go out there and see what they're talking about, but they don't want you. They don't. You don't. You're not going to add anything to the conversation. Yeah, Gizmo will be 11 this year, so he getting up there. He's a little senior dog now. He's technically considered a senior. He's actually having some problems with his back. Poor baby. Yeah, it's been a long time. Gizmo will be 11 years old this year. I mean, he's still active and everything, but we have to, kind of be a little bit more gentle with him now because he's gotten older. And we do know that he does have osteoarthritis. So all that jumping and shit he can't do. Girl, yeah, I had to get rid of them locks. I miss him too. I really didn't think that I would miss them as much, but I do. And I think it's just the fact that I miss having long hair and having to deal with my natural hair every day is totally different from locks. So it's just, it's just a new. I don't want to start mine over. I think that was a period of time in my life I enjoyed it while I had it, and I just don't want to do it again. So when I want something similar, I twist my hair. I wear twisties for a week or so, and then I'll take them down. But my lock days are gone. Them days is over. So that's that. Girl, I need to dye my hair because you know how you dye your hair and then the color starts to fade, and then you got like this much gray hair and then this much like brown. Oh Lord. So I'm probably gonna have to dye it sometime this week. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So let me get off here and go feed him. Y'all check out Killa. He's making the circuit right now. He is going to any channel he can to tell his story. I don't want to stay on here too long because then my throat will start hurting. I don't know. I don't know about henna. I don't. People say that the henna is good. It just the color just seems too dark. All of the people that I've seen that use henna, the color just comes out too dark for me. And I like my hair to be like a brown. I don't know. I'm gonna look for something though because this thick band of gray and then this thick part of. And I used a demi permanent. Okay, so when I was doing the colors, I was using a semi permanent and it was washing out hecka fast. Then I used this demi permanent and now I can't get rid of this stuff. And my grandson's mom works at Sally's. And so she told me what to get to wash my hair. And it's supposed to help strip the color. But I just don't want to mess my hair up in the process of trying to get the color out. I use iron. That's what I have been using. And I didn't have any problems with it. Like it didn't irritate my scalp or anything. But this demi permanent seems like it's just holding on a little longer than what it should. Oh, okay, Tammy. Thank goodness I didn't have COVID. I don't know what this sore throat and but everybody that was at the hospital the when I went, we all had the same symptoms. Sinus, something like a sinus infection and a sore throat. Everybody had the same symptoms. So they were swabbing everybody for COVID and everybody for strep throat. And mine came back negative for both. So I got over it. And then last week, it seemed like it's trying to come back. And when they looked at my throat, she said she didn't see anything back there. Like my tonsils weren't swollen and my throat looked normal, but my throat was hurting every time I swallowed. And it was like that last week too. And so it's still kind of like that. Everybody been talking about black seed oil. Yeah, I don't know. I have to look at that because a lot of stuff I have to be careful what I take because some things or react weird with my thyroid medicine. Yet everybody was having the same exact symptoms. The same exact symptoms. Everybody. Sore throat, sinus, fever. Everybody had the same cough. Everybody. So I don't know. It's just weird. And it was so many people in the emergency room. So many kids. All the little kids were coughing, congested, sinus, sore throat. Everybody. So everybody got the same virus. Everybody. And it wasn't just people here in California. Like I was on social media, it was so many people on social media talking, and everybody had the same exact symptoms. But at least some people were testing positive for COVID or the flu. They tested me for the flu too. I didn't have none of that. So I don't know what it is, but it keeps coming back. My throat, whatever it is, I can't get rid of it. Yeah, my husband hasn't been sick either. He hasn't been sick. When I had COVID, he didn't have it. He hasn't been sick. I have a sore throat. He don't get sick. So I don't know. My immune system, I cannot. Okay, I have an autoimmune disease. So they don't want you to over build up your immune system because your immune system is already overactive. When you have an autoimmune disease, normally your immune system is what's out of whack. So my immune system is not weak. That's what people don't understand. People think every time you're sick because your immune system is weak. That's not true. Your immune system is only going to fight off certain things. My immune system will not shut off. It's constantly revving up when my immune system should be at rest like normal people. My immune system is like, hey, let's go over here and mess with them. Oh, what you doing? Instead of just standing down when I'm feeling okay, my immune system is going around. What you doing today? Ooh, what you doing? Picking and poking in stuff that it shouldn't be picking and poking in. So they don't want me to continuously do things to boost my immune system because my immune system is already acting stupid because I have an autoimmune disease. So I can't take all of these, do this to enhance your immune system, do this, I can't do all of that kind of stuff because my immune system is already cuckoo. When I go in, they run certain labs and they can see, okay, well, this shouldn't be going on or this shouldn't. So, if I'm sick, it's okay to boost up my vitamin C or whatever when I'm not feeling well. But just taking an influx of vitamins, I can't do that. Plus, they don't make my stomach feel well anyway. I have to really be careful, like what vitamins and stuff I take because they can irritate the lining of my stomach. I got this. It's too much stuff going on. Yeah, I was diagnosed in 2009. No, 2016. Yeah, I think so. I think 2016. They finally, I finally tested positive for uh uh what is it? ANA positive. So that lets them know that you have a autoimmune disorder. So then they had to run some more tests to figure out which one it was. So yeah, I think it was like 2016. All right, y'all, I'm finna go drink me some water. And yeah, you have to be careful anytime they go to messing with your bone marrow. You have to be careful what you take. You got to be careful getting sick. Oh, COVID is back in China. But China, hadn't they never like laxed on their COVID protocol, did they? Weren't they still being really strict with their COVID protocol? Because I know I was watching this young lady on TikTok for a while, and she was saying that the building that she lived in, they had some type of lockdown. I guess some people in her apartment complex that got sick, and they were locked down, and they were like bringing food to their house, like each person was getting like they would bring food. The government had like these food boxes that they would bring to your house every week, so that you literally had no reason to leave your house. Oh, since the Chinese New Year. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the time when people are going to be getting sick anyway. More people always get sick during the colder months. And then when it heats up, things will get better. Cuz I'm going outside because I haven't really been getting a lot of fresh air because we've been getting these storms here in California, but today it seems pretty mild. So I might just go sit out in the backyard for a little while. I got to see how cold it is because when I open the door to let it ain't too cold out there. Is it Gizmo? Gizmo looking at me like, don't ask me no questions. Get off that computer and give me my dinner. It's not windy here. It was last night, but it's not. It's not. I don't know because it's always different in the back than it is in the front because the back faces the bay. And we get that wind off of the water. So I'm gonna go back there and see. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for coming. If Killa does something else interesting, I will be back. And we probably will dig deeper into this whole soul ties situation too when I really feel like talking again. So I'll talk to you guys later. I love you. Bye.